It really comes down to NEWBEE having to steal some nice spell and have that available all the time. And we see 2 smokes being purchased here on DK side, so look for aggression from these 2 supports, Mamaye and Lanem, playing the Tuskar and the Rasta.
Yeah, I'm completely expecting a early first blood snowball attempt here. And it's going to be interesting because if NEWBEE try and contest this, I'm not too convinced. I mean, you talk about the lack of damage, especially at level 1. NEWBEE and Lion will be doing very little here unless you hit the line stun of a lifetime, you know? So I think that this is a good opportunity for DK to surprise somebody, get the Undying in the middle of everyone, and you could get some really big decay stacks.
Yeah, look at the timing here, look at the drawings. They know exactly where they want to go. They are going to get vision right now on Lion. They see him. Snowball is going.
Oh, here it comes, Banana. You're in some trouble, my friend. It's surrounded by 5 heroes instantly. And they're going to go for a second one onto How. But he's already back to his tier 1 tower. Now they backen themselves up to see if they can catch anybody else of NEWBEE. But sure enough, that smoke and 5-man rotation by DK pays off big dividends in a first blood.
Yeah, the destructive power there of the snowball can be seen. When you drop several heroes into it, you get so much more movement speed on it, and no way to run away for the poor Lion. So,
yeah, and bonus damage as well, which is a key component.
That was the best one they could find, though. There's no other hero they would like to find even more than Lion. Because if you go on him, you stun him for a small amount of time, and you can shackle before he gets impale off. It's the danger of Snowball. You all stacked up, so when you land, if you go on, say, NEWBEE, and Lion is next to it, he would instantly impale, and then a clap from Brewmaster, Plasma Field, suddenly not so fun to stack up. But gotta work out just fine this game. Nice first blood there for DK.
So we were talking about this earlier, the awkwardness of the lanes for DK. It looks like they're going to be solving this. The reason we don't initially jump out to dual lanes is because we're going to have a double lane, double melee lane at this bottom area. But it makes sense for DK. They're 2 heroes that are adept to being able to deal with early aggression because they're so powerful early on, and that will still free up a good support to babysit the anti-mage, which is a necessity.
Yeah, that's really true. You don't want to leave the anti-mage completely solo, and nice pull being done here by Xiao 8, pulling the creeps very close to his tower, so he's got farmed nicely on the off lane. Poor Rasta can't really harass the Bristleback away. In mid lane we have DP going up against Razor. Not too much to say about this lane. It's a farm trade.
iceiceice is farming up quite a bit in this bottom lane. He's already 5-0 in this first initial, and that's because the NEWBEE and the Lion, again, not a whole lot of damage out of this combo. They can't really do much to stop iceiceice because if they start going on him, he's just going to decay and heal up every bit. Like, he's going to gain so much health that it's going to actually
he also
take
has
over.
So many creeps, and that makes a huge difference this early on. You can't go when enemy has like triple creep wave like this, or 5 melee creeps and 3 range creeps. It's too strong. Top lane Xiao 8 took tons of damage there from some aggression from DK. Forced to salve up.
Yeah, there goes all of his mana too. So any chance for him to be able to get some like casual Quill CS is completely gone with all of that mana being burnt out. And all in all, I think DK, their only lane that's not, that really the worst lane is going to be this mid, which is, as we said earlier, a farm fest. And this farm fest is actually going really well for Mushi. He's sitting at 11-3 right now compared to the Razor's 9-2.
Yeah. Well, Mushi is an amazing solo laner. Like, I always had huge respect for him. Bottom.
Nice. The snowball in order to bring iceiceice close enough to reveal that new fancy tombstone that's going to be able to ensure the kill.
Oh, that looks really good. It looks really, really good. But that snowball was extra fast because of a haste rune on Tuskar. Of course, it's based on your movement speed and then the amount of people you manage to pop into a snowball. So, again, easy pick off for them. 2 deaths now for Banana. Not the best start.
Yeah, there we're going to see a rotation around where we're going to have Sansheng go up to the top lane with Xiao 8, but this is not going to do anything. I think this is... I mean, at the same time, Sansheng isn't doing anything for the bottom lane. He's also not going to do anything for this top lane. Like, the most he can do is help stop the shackles, but I think Xiao 8 should live in this lane just because he has no mana. That's really the only reason, is Burning's not doing very much damage with mana break if you have no mana, so he should always be able to survive. So really, this Rubik isn't adding anything for Xiao 8, but sapping away his experience.
I kind of agree, but they probably wanted to gather up the Lion and the Rubik now, and they are gonna smoke together, going towards mid, and Mamaye doing a nice job predicting this, but they might go behind top instead. I think their kill potential is only there if they go on Lanem, else they can't kill. They can't kill Burning.
Yeah, I don't think so either, and sure enough, MMY actually completely negates that one. He's going to block him up. There is no hero close enough to be able to capitalize off of that beautiful Icicle Shards block.
Yeah.
And, well, that's just another spoiled. The one thing that NEWBEE could have done there was rotate with the supports and try and gank up the mid lane possibly, and even that was spoiled by DK.
Yeah, so nice rotation right now by DK supports. They're staying on top of everything, and now smoking themselves. Trying to look for an opening somewhere. In this rune on Razor right now, but he popped it immediately, so they might still be able to gang there. They just go there in a second.
This is my favorite spot to be in. It's why I love support Tuskar, is that his roaming potential is so beautiful because you can initiate before you're in range, and here comes the snowball. Being revealed, Hao's going to be dove into the tier 1 tower, already being shackled up, and with Mushi's right clicks, they're going to be able to easily secure the kill. Nice little Earth Spike, but Banana has nothing else to be able to add. 0 to 3, 4.5 minutes in, and DK dominating the laning phase.
Yeah, DK dominating laning phase, but on top lane, Bristleback is doing as much as he can here against Burning. Burning doesn't have perfect farm this game. It is still very good farm though, 24 CS. But he's not, for example, falling behind to the mid laners in this game.
And this is a problem that I have to say I've seen time and time again, is that a team has a very strong mid-game lineup, and that is all NEWBEE, right? Razor, Brewmaster, Bristleback, all of those heroes are strongest in the 25 to 45 minute mark, and yet I don't see them being able to do well in the mid-game phase where they're supposed to be their strongest, just because of the fact that DK are doing so well in the laning phase.
Yeah, DK, and a lot of this is just on the roamers, right? Tuskar and Rasta have been doing so good. Sure, the first kill was a team movement out into the enemy jungle, but they predicted the movement of NEWBEE so well and just reacted correctly. Meanwhile, NEWBEE a little bit struggling now, and it's never fun looking over to his top lane. It's never fun to be Bristleback on his off lane with no mana, because even if your supports come to your lane, you can't do anything. You have nothing to provide in a gank scenario.
I think you'll be very happy to see, well, first of all, Banana grabbing an haste rune in order to get away from the Undying. That's always nice to see. But the other thing, your little pet peeve for Death Prophets, Mushi agrees with you. He's going 3 levels of Crypt Swarm and has actually maxed out Witchcraft.
Yeah, this is really effective. See? Only Mushi is smart enough to do this, though. So smart.
So smart, man.
So smart, man. Yeah, but now, of course, 1 point into Exorcism and 1 point into Silence is how he finishes the build. He hasn't done it yet. If he goes 1 point in Crypt Swarm now, I'm gonna cry.
We'll see whether or not iceiceice intercepting pulls, because, you know, why not? He's a level 6. They can do nothing to stop him. In fact, you can see iceiceice. He wants to throw down a tombstone move. He's coming in with the clap, and they do have enough to take him down, only because of the fact he didn't get off a single decay there.
Yeah,
if he had decay stacks and got off the tombstone before he got hexed, that was a disaster for those 2 supports.
It was very high commitment to try and kill him there, and they had so many fails available. So only thanks for all this. If it was old level 1 Hex, to be honest, it would not have done it. But ever since he got that buff, that is 2.5 seconds on level 1, I think that really helped him in this first kill that they got. Not first blood, of course.
Mushi and MMY are going to be rotating around with a smoke into the enemy jungle, and they're going to be able to see the pull with the ward, and Rubik, Sansheng, pretty lucky to be able to actually
is like, what the hell?
Juking this a little bit, but the snowball will actually stop the telekinesis and kill Sansheng real quickly. Yeah. And nice little pick off there. Not entirely sure Like, I'm pretty sure MMY could have done that without Death Prophet. It's odd to see a Death Prophet smoking up and moving around with a gank that early on. But I suppose if they found a higher value target with that pickoff, they could have turned that into a tier 1 tower.
He needed anyone to be with him though, and it's not bad to free up Kui. We talked about it so many times. Free up the space for Shadow Shaman. He had some time to get experience on lane mid. And yeah, it seems that Mushi is gonna piece the full build. Very nice. Very nice. Happy.
Well,
happy.
See whether or not he goes a level of silence before he.
Oh, he will. He's experienced. He got this.
He's got this. You believe, man.
Dude, Mushi, best 1-on-1 player. Never mind the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, Burning. Man, he's taking a ton of damage here. Xiao Wei has stacked up a lot of quills, and this is really... well, Mu is free farming the bottom lane. Xiao Wei is actually doing really well at the top lane, so there are 2 solos. In fact, 3, really. It's just the cores of NEWBEE that are actually still doing okay.
Banana. Nice split by DK so he don't get double impaled, and they will secure this kill with just 1 more attack.
Burning finally throws out the ultimate, but now he's got to get away from Xiao Wei, who secures the kill, and that is not a good trade. In fact, Xiao Wei might just be able to kill Death Prophet. The snowball dodge, though, does a lot. NEWBEE, oh, Mushi getting so low. Now Hao comes in, trying to claim the last hit onto MMY. Hao, just another 7 seconds, or right clicks, and wow. That one little aura is going to be able to change so much. Hao could still go for the dive here if he wants to, but he's not going to actually go for it. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we actually had Undying being able to kill the Rubik, but lost his life to the Brewmaster in exchange.
Yeah, and he died first, so no experience gained for the poor Undying there. iceiceice gonna be up that one, and his tombstone actually lives through an entire time, so it was at least not farmed up by this Brewmaster.
It did cost the Brewmaster his ultimate, though, as we can see it's on cooldown, so, you know.
Yeah, it was a kill, though, on top lane on Burning, and that's really big. Whenever we see Anti-Mage, which is not as frequently anymore as during the maybe TI2, TI1 era, Anti-Mage really suffers a lot from dying early on. He wants to free farm, he wants to just keep getting more and more gold until you have this Battle Fury, then you just disappear from the lane and just farm non-stop for another 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then game is over.
I hate to say it, Waga, but Mushi actually went for a level Crypt Swarm before Silence.
Curse you, Mushi.
Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. He doesn't fully agree with you. But
yeah,
I do understand the principle, though.
Maybe it's just, you know, this is confidence. He doesn't even need Silence.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. Who needs it? An extra, what,
at least he went for a nice
damage?
You know, he went for a nice progress skill build. Let's pretend it wasn't a miskill.
Blink Dagger already picked up by Mu. And they do certainly need that initiation on the side of NEWBEE. They need to be able to have something, because you can't rely on the supports to be able to get those disables. So if Mu can be the front liner to slow everybody up, pop the ultimate, get some additional disables to allow the Razor and Whistleback.
Xiao Wei, though.
Oh, the snowball, but it's Xiao Wei actually going to be surrounded here. MMY still hitting him in the back. And look at all the quill damage, all the clap comes out. Gonna take down 2 with Xiao Wei. He's just too damn big. iceiceice trying to kill him with some decay stats. He might just be able to claim it as the zombies will finish him off. iceiceice, can he survive through this? If he gets off another decay, it's going to be a disaster. Here comes the clap, and Mushi will clean up both of those heroes and takes in a tier 1 tower on top of that.
Chasing
in fact,
after,
he's going to get Zhang
this
Sheng. Double kill for him, as well as iceiceice. The Southeast Asian players of DK proved to be the big ones. Oh my goodness.
This fight was so clutch all around, man. Jesus. And DP does go down in the end. Burning actually managed to blink away there right before the Panda came in with his clap, so he did live. But at that, it was sort of a win for DK, just because Burning lived, else they would have lost that fight pretty hard. You don't want to die a second time on your anti-mage.
In the meantime, we do have Lanham free farming the mid lane and picks up his level 6 12 minutes in. That's slow, but it's still a support that's roamed around quite heavily. So that time in the mid lane was needed for him.
Yeah, well, he was also in the fight initially. He just died as well.
Oh, true.
So it's very costly to go on the Berserk, as we can see every time. And he stood behind him, holding him in the shackles. Of course, they try to hit him only from the front to deal extra damage. But so many quills came out that he kind of brought down 2 heroes to 100 HP on his own Xiao.
Yeah, and honestly, Burning was lucky to be alive here. Another snowball on his Xiao. This is not a good idea because the rest of NEWBEE are coming in. Oh, what a clap. Ice. He's going to be able to do a lot with his Tombstone at the same time, but tossed up in the air. They're going to delay his effectiveness and take out the Tombstone as soon as possible. The wards are doing a lot of work as well, and you can see MMY drawing some attention, will go down. Ice was led back down, but tossed up once again. Farther down, we do have Mushi, unable to finish off Hao or the other support. Moves on to the next hero, which is going to be Mu, but he's already blinked away. So the stationary units, the wards, and the Undying House, the Tombstone, did a lot for them. But it still wasn't enough to claim a kill on NEWBEE, all because they went for the kill on Bristleback.
Yeah, well, also the TP out afterwards there from Bristleback as he was done chasing and killing behind the enemy lines. Very nice play by NEWBEE and just so ready for that dive. And as you say, going on Bristleback, it hurts you a lot. It costs too much. If anyone is nearby, then you're gonna be counter-ganked so hard.
Yeah, NEWBEE are doing an excellent job grouping up early, knowing that, and it's a bit of a risk, I would say, grouping up early like this, just because of the fact that Undying does so much against you, but they know all 5 of their heroes are at least somewhat ready to fight, while Burning is the one hero that doesn't want to fight at all. Yeah, you know, he only wants to split push.
Yeah, and right now we're hitting 14 minutes in, and he doesn't have power threats, he doesn't have battle fury. Oh, they're actually trying to defend down here.
Banana, they may just be able to burst him down with the Knight's Finger of Death. They do so successfully.
Oh, this is not Burning's game in any way, and they hold this tower, but mid tower gonna be pressure as well, and they TP there as well.
Yeah, NEWBEE. Relentless defense here from DK's constant aggression on all the lanes and attempting to get kills. NEWBEE are just making all the right movements around the map to actually counter DK.
Yeah, if Sanshin can just get his Sanshin can just get his mana boots, he's gonna be really happy in this game because he can push with his Crypt Swarm and Fate Bolt. Nice thing about Crypt Swarm, you get the effect from Exorcism levels or Witchcraft levels. So you actually have 140 mana cost, the same as the DP has.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Same goes with the cooldown, correct?
Exactly. So 4-second cooldown and very nice for clearing waves. Seems like Lanham got caught out here by Hao walking in behind. Catches him and cleans up these wards pretty effectively. Meanwhile, bottom tower is being taken by NEWBEE as well, so nice play overall there from NEWBEE.
And it seems like DK are rapidly spinning out of control here. They're going to run into Banana, but Ice start getting him, man. They are going to throw out the shards, will be able to catch out Banana and easily cleaning him up. And might not be a tier 1 tower though, because there is going to be a response for NEWBEE, and they do have level 2 ultimate on Brewmaster, and that is a killer right there. That is a team fight you do not want to be wandering up against. So that is why DK are actually going to back themselves up.
Yeah, and they also have this anti-mage. You never want to be in a fight with him. You want to be farming non-stop. He was there in the mid now trying to commit for whatever they were doing. But he really needs to just hit creeps for now. Burning back to the roots. Just hit creeps.
It's what you're good at, Burning. Just keep on hitting those creeps. And NEWBEE, they're going to take this opportunity to push down the mid lane. And, well, iceiceice, he's soaking up a lot of strength right now. And they could go for a team fight, I think, 4 versus 5. If iceiceice has good enough setup for it, enough to K-stack, I think they can. But unfortunately, they rely on the Tombstone in order to do so. And that's only just now coming up. So it looks like tier 1 tower will fall.
I like the movement on bottom, though, by Mushi, trying to push down here for something to happen. He has a lot of pressure to a tier 2 tower, and someone has to go here. It's gonna be Brewmaster. He might be going aggressively here.
Cyclone, the 50 damage. Yeah, it looks like Mu either forgot about it or was just throwing out the clap to farm up.
Yeah, maybe he didn't care.
Yeah, the nice little Yule Scepter change actually was a really good buff to Death Prophet, who is really the primary Yule Scepter hero.
Yeah, I would say so. Between her and Invoker, it's really good to just Yule Scepter other people, but for DP, of course, you Yule Scepter yourself when you have your ulti going, that's the big part. But also works good for Invoker to set up the meteor kills. No one can blink away.
Despite all the deaths Burning has had, he still picks up a Battle Fury about 16.5 minutes in, so not bad timing by any means. Of course, he hadn't died 3 times. That would have been super fast Battle Fury because of the tower dying at the bottom lane. But, oh well, we're going to see a smoke up from DK and see if they can continue to go for these pickoffs. If they get a gank on mid, they might just be able to turn this.
Yeah, they're going.
Snowball in. Hal is also going to be taking some damage from Mushi on the side. Snowball and everything else being committed, even the Undying Tombstone, because they want to be able to claim this tier 1 in the middle lane. Mushi does not have his ultimate here for another 11 seconds. And NEWBEE are already here to respond. But if they can force NEWBEE to group up, even if they don't claim the towers, it's still more time for Burning to just move around and hit things.
Exactly. They don't have to go and take a tower right now when they have anti-mage free farming. The more important thing is that you actually force the opponent to rotate like this. So, their wards are going to be farmed up. That's the only downside to this. And the amount of golden experience you get from this is pretty much worth as much as a kill. So, quite a lot going the way of NEWBEE, at least for their grouping. They might smoke gang right after this though, as they're already gathered up.
Yeah, why not? Go find Burning.
When we're already here, might as well go for a gang.
And if they can find a kill, that'll soon put Lion closer to his Blink Dagger, and that's pretty necessary for them to be able to burst down Death Prophet or Animage Lana. Oh, nice response here, but the Finger of Death says no. So he gets bursted down.
Yeah.
Smoke gank though, I mean, for a support, that's not too bad for DK. At the same time though, the top tier 1 tower was denied by How, and that's got to put a little bit of a dent in DK's progress.
Yeah, that's true. And DK, we say it puts a dent, but they're still farming. They're still finding the space and trying to delay. Look at Mushi going down to bottom lane. It's this type of movement, this experienced movement is what you need when you play AM. So that you can actually force your opponent around. You need to play around your opponent, not play against your opponent when you have an anti-mage in your team. And he's gonna go for Vladimir straight off on anti-mage after his Battle Fury. I think that's really good, and also allows him to farm the Ancients. Sadly, they haven't stacked it at all yet, but it also frees up the possible Roshan. Takes forever though if you don't have a Yasha at least.
What do you think about Mushi? What should he be going here? Is this going to be the typical Bloodstone game?
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, this is interesting. You see this. They're actually utilizing the Sigil to reveal Roshan so they can snowball to him. And with the Death Prophet ultimate as well as the Serpent Ward.
Probably the sneakiest thing I've seen today. That was a cute move. It actually does a lot because there is a ward outside Roshan. And with the amount of smokes that have been going down, there's actually no smoke on the side of DK. So because of this, NEWBEE, they may have counted smokes and been like, hey, yeah, they can't be roshing. But yes, they could.
Zhao Wei playing around a little bit with Mushi's Ghost. And despite the fact that that was Roshan going down, NEWBEE probably know that was wards, and they definitely know it was Exorcism committed. So they're still actually going to be trying to go for a fight just because the Aegis is nice, but it's not really an advantage for DK necessarily for team fights. They're still going to be avoiding them just because they have an anti-mage.
Yeah, exactly. So DK, they kind of got called here.
iceiceice in some trouble, already being targeted down, trying to burst him down as soon as humanly possible. Tombstone's doing a lot, but it's already been taken out. The rest of the heroes on the backside, DK, not trying to help out anymore. They just leave the split push. Bottom lane for Animage, Mushi is going to be pushing in top, and they give up both iceiceice as well as the tier 2 in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's true. So at least the split push is time here to stop the enemy from going high ground, which is the more important thing. But losing iceiceice and the tower there, you always want to try and minimize your losses, cut your losses as much as possible when you play farming lineup of DK. I say farming lineup, they have, you know, sure they have Death Prophet and so on, but it's still just all about 4 protect 1 now. This anti-mage is the most important part, and we will see Mushi run out and buy a full soul booster to begin with, and he's not too far off from having his entire Bloodstone.
What? If you target Exorcism and you click on the Razor, does that actually hit you with the unstable concurrent?
Yes, it does.
No wonder. I was looking at Mushi and he was attacking really slow on that illusion.
Yeah, you want to click it on the ground. So of course, it doesn't matter too much right there for him, but that's true for the current.
Just small interaction. Lana going in deep here, and a beautiful silence. Going to be able to catch out 3. They're going to pop Hal before Moon can do anything. Not even clap. In fact, he's going to be caught. Shackles up, and Burning comes in to ensure the kill. Another one. A 3rd kill on Sun Shang. And DK literally snowballing right through NEWBEE as they move from a team fight, a tier 1, and now a tier 2.
They will keep going in
succession.
No reason to stop here. Just keep going, and if there's a buyback, they might have to back. There's a buyback from the Brewmaster already, and that's all they wanted. Now they know we can back with some economic damage health. And man, it looks so sad killing that poor little Rubik as he stole. Click on Rubik right now.
the mini me zombie.
Click on him on his death. Yeah, up there. You can still see it. Oh, you can't. Yeah, it ended now.
Oh.
The duration of his zombie form was up, and then he still looks like a small zombie. Very cute.
Man, that was such a rapid change there. That one team fight. And I think that was all due to, well, first of all, DK reading the situation and going, Brewmaster Ultimate is the scariest part of NEWBEE right now. Yeah. We can force a fight around Aegis and the fact that that's down, but also the 3-man silence from Mushi did wonders for them, and you could see the gold just plummet downwards, almost a 3,000 gold exchange there, and a gigantic experience exchange as well.
Most of it is in Mushi's bank as well. He has 4.3k now. Right before this fight, he had about 1,000 gold, so he got like 3,000 gold there from this multiple kills, got the tower, and just pushing waves.
I think he might be delaying his Bloodstone just because he has so much gold. He's like, I can spend 1,800 to get a Bloodstone, or I can get a Shiva's really quickly.
Yeah, he got it now, and the armor. He just knows he has such a big bank, he can buy several items at once. Mid lane now, burning. He has the Aegis, so it's pretty good if they go on him, because they're standing behind.
Yeah, but at the same time, well, there goes the silence. Beautiful play from Mushi. Once again, Boo has to back out and try and reinsert once the silence is down. But look at that, house practically dead. Now comes out the Brewmaster Ultimate. It's going to be exchanged for a Shadow Shaman going down. Brewmaster comes in, trying to target somebody, but they've already lost the fight. Without a Razor, there's not much damage left. And that's why Mushi and Burning just running through. The Brewling's already died. There goes the Brewmaster. Next up is going to be that poor Quill Beast. And the last left alive is going to be Son Shang, only alive because he stole Animage's Blink.
Yeah, but AM Blink is not really what you want to steal there. I think he tried to steal the Anti-Mage Slam actually during that team fight to try and give some damage back, but he failed to steal it. Anyway, that was a really big fight by DK, and just confidently baiting when they had Aegis. This type of play is really smart. But the MVP of that fight was Lanham, by far and away. He blinked in really fast, got his Hex off, got his ulti off, even got the Ether shock out before he shackled, finally shackled onto How, and just gave his team so much time to react and be like, okay, who do we kill first?
And well, Lanham was definitely amazing. Mushi had some incredible follow-up with that silence. Again, hitting the Brewmaster as he was trying to split. He blinked, clapped, and split, and that's always a danger when you're dealing with certain silences and disables, and he paid for it there, not being able to get off his ultimate. And for like 6 seconds of no Brewmaster ultimate, at first you go, okay, he's just going to back up, wait till it falls, and then pop the ultimate. But by the time he did that, Razor was dead.
Yeah, his team died so fast because of this, so the silence from DP is actually really, really good. It has very low cooldown, it has long duration, huge AoE, 425 is not bad at all. So, nice execution overall by DK, and this means that AM, he will have his entire map flying out right now, and he clears Ancients as well. And even Rod of Atos now on iceiceice.
Ooh, I really like that item. Any initial health for an Undying is really strong because you want to survive through burst. That way you can start getting the decay, but not only decay, but flesh golem, right? So like the longer you survive as an Undying, the more vulnerable you are. Xiao Wei's going to be caught out and burned away. There goes all that mana with a fresh Manta. And Burning had to commit the, well, didn't have to, but he commits the ultimate anyway. And now they're going to be able to get a nice and easy tier 2 as well.
Yeah, as you say, the Rod of Atos is really good on Tombstone, on Undying, because it's amazing against Bristleback as well. In a teamfight you can just slow him down, but look at this push now. DK taking control of the game, and AM is really farmed. 26 minutes in, having Mapstyle, BF, and Vladimir's is huge.
Mushi tossing up the Razor in the air while they finish off the tier 3, now trying to get themselves out, but NEWBEE, oh, what a beautiful horse spike by Banana, holding in 3, but the snowball will protect them for the time being. How is still zapping away, a lot of damage though, he's getting a lot out of this, but is it really enough? They're going to be slowed down now. Burning starts focusing on How, takes him out, and on the front line, Xiao Wei is doing what he can. Banana pops MMY real quickly. No, Xiao Wei couldn't even get him there as Biguan was able to help him survive through the last set of quills, and he will be able to get out with his life intact. And DK, despite all the maneuvers there from NEWBEE, a great Earth Spike, a Brewmaster ultimate that seems to do pretty well, and even the stolen wards, it doesn't matter. DK just snowball right through NEWBEE in order to claim this game.
Yeah, DK played really well with their unorthodox Their draft was weird, but that's what we see out of DK, and that's what we kind of expect out of DK by now. That they just do stuff that is out of the box and that the enemy teams cannot possibly be prepared for. So well played by them.
Absolutely, and that means now NEWBEE with the 3 games that we have watching them, they are now 1-1.